Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Power Set. Now, despite what the thumbnail might be suggesting here, I don't think we're talking about exercising in the gym and kind of doing power sets. Although, I mean, looking at this, I can't imagine Sleuth subscribing to this culture here. You could see that not only is he in the gym pumping some iron, as they would say, but he's also got the usual tan that comes along with these types of characters. So I think we're looking at a sleuth imposter here as opposed to the real sleuth. However, the constructor's name is Apricot. So whoever this person is clearly is switched on enough to be wearing an apricot colored t-shirt. Anyhow, let's take a look at today's puzzle. One thing I do want to mention about it is it's got a 94% rating, so I think we're in for a fantastic time. Although just looking at the puzzle, I'm not exactly sure how we're going to solve this one. Enough of that, let's take a look at the puzzle and rule sets. You can kind of see the reference to the power sets, you know, like just with the thermometers that are here, like heavyweights, I don't know. Yeah, bit of a stretch. Anyhow, place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column and box. That's Sudoku rules. Every row, every column, every box, the digits 1 to 9 once each. And it's once each, so you can actually put in all 9 digits. Killer cages. Digits in a cage do not repeat and sum to the clue in the top left corner of the cage. So these two cells add up to 5. If this cell, for example, was a 2, this would have to be a 3 to make sure that these two cells add up to 5. 5 again. 4 cells that add up to 10, 4 cells that add up to 30. A bit of a mirror image going on here, rotational symmetry of some sort. Kind of, obviously not quite with the thermometers that we're going to talk about in a second. So slow thermometers, digits along thermometers must not decrease from the bulb to the tip. Very different wording from must strictly increase from the bulb to the tip, it just cannot decrease. So let's come up with an example. If this cell here was a 3 and this cell here was a 4, essentially that's the bulb tip. Normally thermometers would allow us to would force us to increase all the way. So this would have to be 1 or 2. This would have to be higher than 4, let's say 5, and this would have to be 6. But slow thermals play a bit differently. So I don't actually need to increase here. I'm in a different box, different row, different column. I can actually repeat the 4. And that's the distinction, and that would be absolutely fine. That's all the rules we have for today. It's not a lot of rules for this particular puzzle. And rather than trying to mentally solve this now, how about I restart the clock, or first I should say, if you want to join in this puzzle, not the gym, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So I'll just shout out what I'm spotting. Obviously, 2 5s, two cell 5 cages, which would eliminate 1, 2, 3, 4 in row 5. A bunch of forced cages with the 10s and 30s. It doesn't mention, I skipped, no, sorry, my mistake. I skipped the Renban line rule says. Each pink line must contain a set of consecutive digits in any order. So tempted to restart the time and just quickly go for this, but it's all right. So 10 cages, forced to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 36, 7, 8, 9. And actually the existence of the Renban makes it quite interesting. I mean, naturally this thermometer, given it's 1, 2, 3, but admittedly we did say it's a slow thermometer, so that could have been 3 and 4. We just know that these are not 3 and 4 because we've used up 1, 2, 3, and 4 in here. So this is at least a 5, but that's not much of a revelation. Right, I think I have an idea. And maybe a bit of coloring is going to actually help us here. Let's color these 2 cells red for a second. And we know that they are from 6, 7, 8, or 9. color these two cells blue, and they are from 1, 2, 3, or 4. Not quite obviously exactly that with the thermometer, so just ignore thermometers for a second. And now let's focus on box 9. Now, explicitly in the killer cages, it says the cages do not, digits in cages do not repeat. So these two cells, they're not here. They're also not 6, 7, 8, 9. So at most, I can put one of them in this corner here. The other one has to go on the Renban. And the same is true with the high digits. At most, so these two are not here. They're not there because they're not 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, at most, I can put one of them in here, and then the other one is on there. So a long way of saying is that I have to have a low digit on here. I have to have a high digit on here on this 4-cell Renban. I've got to have a 5 on it to allow them to join up. So at a minimum, I've got to have 4, 5, and 6 in here. And because the 4 is now not in these two cells, the 4 has to be in here. And the 4 would have to be on this side of the thermometer because this cell is from 1, 2, 3. Sorry, they're 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't do a good job explaining. If that's 4, what am I going to put in here? So 4 is not in these two cells. 4 is in here. First digit, 3.5 minutes in. Excellent. Kind of same logic with the 6s in here. These are 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 3. So essentially I have another digit on here, which is either the 3 or the 7. What I don't have on this Renban is 1, 2, or 8, 9. So 1 and 2, yeah, because they're not inside the 30 cage, are in here, which is helpful for the 5 cage. We'll take a look at in a second. And these 3 include 8 and 9 because they can't be on the Renban. And in here it's either 3 or 7. And then the rotational kind of equivalent is going on up here. 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 in here. This has to be a 4 for the exact same reason. This is 1, 2, 3. These don't include a 6, but this is 7, 8, or 9. No, not 7, 8 or 9. This is definitely including a 6. Again, same. Oh, right. So, right. Row 5 is now interesting. With the 6s, interesting. But let's actually just take a look at the 5 cages to actually get us there. 1 and 2 are not here. 5 can only be made up of 3, 4, 3, 4 with 1, 2. Given this is not 1, 2, this is 3 or 4. This is the 1 or 2. Same exact setup here. This is 3, 4. This is 1, 2. 6s give us another digit now. Not in box 5 in any of these cells. That's the only place for it, which restricts this thermometer. Okay. Okay. Lovely break-in. Where to next? I mean, we may as well finish this thermometer. That's right. So this is maximum 5. Can't be a 4 either. This, as a slow thermometer, can still be a 5. This could be 4. This could be 3. So this presumably could be 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Can't be 4, but I could do 3 again. Okay, that wasn't anywhere near helpful. It's so nearly like a 3, 4, 5 triple. And I know that 3, 4, and 5, none of them are in these two cells, so that's interesting. And in fact, the 3 and the 4, right, so coloring a bit. Let's just, green, no. Green? Green, blue, purple, yellow. Yellow is neither of these cells. Oh, Sleuth, it's so much better. It's so much better. Hang on. 1 and 2, not here, because we've already placed them, or corner pencil mark them. They're not inside the 30 cage. The blue and purple 1 and 2 are not these cells. That's 1 and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, none of these, none of these, none of these. Again, Sudoku, 1 and 2. Right, yellow is now interesting. Because yellow, again, can't be inside the 30 cage, is not green, it's none of these cells. So one of these is yellow, which gives me another digit, because essentially that's a 3, 4. One is green, one is yellow. So yeah, this is 3, 4. This has to be 5, this has to be 5. Doesn't help me with the rest of this thermometer. It's progress. 5s are not here. 5s in these 2 cells. 5s in box 6 are not here. Look at me doing Sudoku early on. 5s are in here. Green, there you go, is not these cells, not inside the 30 cage. This is green. And a bit unfortunate I color them this way around. That means that's the bigger digit of yellow and green. So these 2 are 4s. That means that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3. And then this is 7, 8, 9, yep, and a third 7, 8, 9 joins the 5 in here, and yep, we're good. So this can be a 7. That's a problem. Is it? Yeah, because I can do 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 3, and yeah, I wouldn't be any the wiser. Actually, the 3 in here and the 3 in there, sorry, I wasn't paying attention, means 3 is not inside these 2 cells. It's not inside the 30 cage. It is on the Renban. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Clean up the 4s. 3, 4, again, same thing. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, clean up the 4s. This is now just a solid 1, 2. That gives me another digit. That will give me another digit. This is another 1, 2. These are not 1, 2s. It's a phenomenal puzzle. Which also means I don't actually need the pencil marks here anymore. This is 7, 8, 9. Sorry, the corner pencil marks, I should say. This is 7, 8, 9. This can't be a 6. That thermometer is why it exists. It helps because 3, 4, 5. I need a digit in here between whatever this cell is in here. If that's 6, I've broken the puzzle. That's a 6. This is 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that can't be a 7 anymore for the exact same reason it couldn't have been a 6, because I need to fit in a smaller digit in here. That's a 7. These are now 7, 8, 9s, and the 9s are lining up, which means that's not a 9. That's not much of a... For a second, I was thinking I'm going to be able to place a 9 in here, but of course, inside this cage, that could have been a 9. So 7, 8, 9 triple, they're not any of these cells. I was about to place them all in here, and that's not true. Yeah, in fact, there's a second 7, 8, 9. So there's one in here. These 2 are 7, 8, 9s. Then there's another one in these 2 cells, plus a third, plus a second, plus a third. Okay. Yeah, it's all coming down to these thermometers now. I've got to do something with them. So far, I haven't... Or just Sudoku, Sleuth. This is like your time to shine. Oh, 4s. Yeah, I missed these corner pencil marks. The 4s have to be in here. That's not a 4. That's not a 3. That's a 1, 2 pair. 4 has to be up here now. 4 has to be in these 2 cells. Again, same logic. So it eliminates basically all of these cells except these 2. Then we have a second 789, a third 789, and a 6. I don't know where the 6 goes. Okay. This cell is not 7, 8, or 9. Not, I mean, it's not on the thermometer. If the thermometer extended, this would be interesting, but it doesn't. Two is not here. 2's not there. 2 is in here. It's not quite as effective. I mean, yeah, it is. 1's not here. 1's are not there. 1's are not here. 1's are not there or here. That's 1. That's a 2. That's a 1. This is a very, very clever puzzle. So 3, 8, 9. That's an 8, 9. Sorry, 7 is available. So 3, 7, 8, 9, yeah. And that's just not 3. That is not very useful. Same thing here, I'm guessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. This is, again, 7, 8, 9. Let's talk about this thermometer. What is it? It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. That's another 7, 8, 9. And the 4s and 3s would help. That's a 4, that's a 3. That's not a 3 anymore. That's 7, 8, 9. On this thermometer, it would have to be the 7, then the 8, then the 9, kind of the scenario we imagined earlier. That's 8, that's 9, that's 6. These are not 9s anymore. That's another 9. This is a 3, that's a 5. Right, it feels like it's going to be kind of a smooth downhill solve from here, but let's not celebrate too early. These are not 9s, that's 7, 8, that is a 9. That gives me an 8. I know where the 9 is. That's the 9. That's the 7. That's the 8. 8 needs to be less. That's 7. That's 9. Fantastic. Right. So really, basically, these corner pencil marks now will just hopefully bring it home. Just tidy up pencil marks. Gives me a 7, 8 pair. No 5s. Which gives me 3, 4, and another 3, 4, 6 here. Triple. Not very useful. I have 7, 8, 7, 9. I'm half tempted to say this has... Oh, 8. Like, I was going to say something silly there and say that this therefore has to be 7, 8, 9, but thankfully I saw that. So all of these are resolved, just not the low digits, not the Renbans that kind of started this whole journey. These is going to help, column 3 for sure, and column 7. So let's just complete this column. We know what these two digits are. They are 6 and 8. They don't help. Oh, it does remove a 6 from here, which makes this 2, 3, 4. And the 6s were never there because of this 6. The 5's in here, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So nearly a pair, but not enough. I'm going to say this is 6, 7, 9, I believe. 7 and 9 in here gives me a 6 here. Helpful. Is it helpful? Not really. I mean, I know that at least it's not 7 or 8. Yes. So it's not a slow thermo, at least on this side. This has to be lower. But I can get away with a 5, not a 4, not a 3. Next digit along would be a 2. So 1 is possible. Presumably 2 is possible. 3, if I did my job right, isn't possible. 4 isn't, and it can't be 5 because that would be too big. That gives me a 1, 2 pair. I've got a 3, 5 pair. That should allow... Hang on, I don't have a 3, 5 pair. I don't have any kind of pairs. But I should tidy up. That's not 3s. And in fact, that 3 gave me a 2 ages ago. If I paid attention, that 2 doesn't do anything. That gives me a triple of some sort. 1, 2, 6. Not 1, not 2, not 6. And no resolution, really. The thermometer will be helpful later. Let's just... There's so much pressure around boxes 7 and 3. Let's see if we can make similar progress with 3. Where's the 3, for example? All of these are gone. That's a 3-4 pair again. Have I cleaned this up? Seemingly. 5 is none of these cells. That's got to be a 5. That's not a 5. That gives me a 3-6 pair. So that's a bit better than the other side. 3-6 gives me 8, gives me 6. 5s are not here. 5 is not there. No, not as helpful. 6 maybe. Yeah, 6 placed in here. Kind of. Gives me 1, 2, 6. I mean, I'll take it, but not what I was after, really. 6 and 7 are not here. That's a 7. This is an 8-9 pair. That gives me 7. Oh, sorry, 8, 7. 8 gave me a 9, gave me an 8. I think that leaves me a 2 in here. Yes, it does. May as well finish this thermometer. Remember I said this thermometer will take a look at later and we should finish box 3. And then I went on quite the journey here. These two cells, they're 1 and 5. We can just resolve them immediately. 1 and 5. This is not 6. This is, well, I mean, not 8. So this is 7, 9 in this order. This is a 6-8 pair. That 7 gives me 9 and 7 in this box. We're very much on the home stretch now. Not resolved. I still need an 8. 8 gives me 8, gives me 6, gives me 8. 6 in here finally resolves this Renban. That's 3, that's 5, that's 4, that's 6. That 3 gave me 4 and 3 at the bottom. Have we got anything going on here? Probably, if I can just spot it. So 1, 2, 5. Huh? Oh, 2, 1, 2. Let's do that. We're probably going to be looking for like a quadruple or a triple or something in here. So 1, 2 pair. And that means this is 3, 4, 5, or 6. It's not 3 or 4 or 6. That's just a naked 5. That's 2. That's 1. That's 2. That's 1. That 5 gives me 4, 5. And the 3s and 6s are not resolved yet, but they will be soon. Oh, the 4 gave me 3, 4, and therefore 6. And if I've not made any mistakes, 3 for the finish. It's a stunning puzzle from Apricot. I think the first one I've actually played from him. Him, her. What a phenomenal puzzle. Really, really clever. 1 star, I would say so. Like, all the deductions are fairly reasonable. The killer cages and the Renbans kind of led you by the nose a bit. If you don't do Sudoku simultaneously, which, let's be fair, I very rarely do, you will be stuck a lot on this puzzle. So, interested to see how you guys got on. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Phenomenal puzzle. And see you back for the next video. Bye-bye for now.